I met Ethan Hale under the cold fluorescence of a tech conference. The kind of place where ambition smelled like metal and arrogance. Screens glowed cobalt and violet, dead-eyed attendees shuffled between AI booths, algorithms danced across glass panels like fractured constellations. I was standing beside the prototype of my model, a self-evolving neural design, when he approached. "Is this your work?" he asked. His voice was smooth. Too smooth. The kind perfected by men who are used to yes. I turned. Dark wavy hair. Green eyes too intense to be casual. The faint shadow of a smirk like he already knew he would matter to me. "Yes," I said. "It's mine." He watched the model shift, map itself, recalibrate. "That's rare," he murmured. "It thinks like a living thing." "Creation should," I answered. "Otherwise it's just noise." He looked at me then. Fully. And I made the first mistake of my life. I held his gaze. "I'm Ethan." "Melissa." He repeated my name softly, slowly, like he intended to memorize the taste of it. I should have known then. Men like him never look at anything without calculating what they can take. But in that moment, I was young, brilliant, and naive enough to believe admiration was harmless. It was not. He pursued me with precision. Not passion. Not sincerity. Precision. Coffee dates where he asked all the right questions. Midnight calls where he mirrored my dreams back to me like a polished lie. A tenderness engineered perfectly to disarm. He made me believe I had finally met someone who saw me, not the idea of me. He proposed 6 months later. A ring, a rooftop dinner, a promise whispered against my mouth. I said yes. I didn't know I was stepping into a grave. Our marriage began as a performance of devotion. He touched me like I mattered. He spoke to me like I was his equal. He kissed me like a man incapable of cruelty. Then the miscarriages started. 1, 2, 3. Each one hollowed me in ways language fails to hold. I would bleed and scream and clutch hospital sheets like a sinner begging for grace, and Ethan, oh, Ethan, would hold my hand and whisper and stroke my hair as if he were grieving with me. He said all the right things. "It wasn't your fault. We'll try again. We're strong. We'll start over." He made my suffering feel shared. But it was not shared. It was orchestrated. The night I discovered the truth, he was asleep with his back to me, phone clutched protectively under his arm. He always guarded it, like some dark animal instinct. I slid it free. I wasn't expecting anything. Just a feeling. But the moment the screen lit, my world ruptured. Claire. His secretary. Her texts stacked like confessions. "Claire. I'm late. When are you telling her?" "Ethan. Not until she's unstable enough. Stay on schedule." Schedule. The word felt like a knife. I scrolled further. "Claire. She's looking sick again." "Ethan. Good. The pills are working." The pills. My vitamins. My fertility boosters. My mood supplements. My blood went cold. Then I found the videos. Phone footage of Ethan switching labels. Bipolar medications disguised as prenatal support. Abortion pills tucked inside vitamin bottles. He had been killing my pregnancies. Quietly. Efficiently. Without remorse. And all while holding me at night as if he were grieving. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. Something inside me simply froze. I became a glacier. Silent. Ancient. Incapable of melting again. And in that frozen clarity, I remembered something crucial. The empire he built was born from my idea. My software. My brilliance. And he never knew the patent was mine. He never bothered to check. The weapon he used to destroy me would become the blade I used to end him. Revenge is not rage. Rage is sloppy. Messy. Predictable. Revenge is calculation. So I kissed him the next morning. I made him breakfast. I let my voice tremble just a little, enough to soothe his ego, enough to make him keep underestimating me. He believed I was fragile. Broken. Dependent. He didn't see the glacier forming behind my ribcage. My first move was Claire. I contacted her husband, Daniel. Quiet man. Serious eyes. A patience that felt like held breath. When I sent him everything, there was no explosion, no rage. Just a single message. Thank you. Leave the rest to me. And he delivered. A lawsuit erupted, public, vicious, humiliating. Accusations of misconduct. Emotional manipulation. Workplace betrayal. Paternity claims. The press descended like wolves. Ethan's company bled money. Investors abandoned him. Board members turned predatory. Ethan spent days on calls, pacing the house like a trapped animal, voice hoarse from begging, bargaining, lying. I watched him in silence. Not with satisfaction. With precision. It wasn't enough yet. Not even close. While he fought for his reputation, I prepared the real death blow. I sold my patent. The core of his company. To his biggest competitor. A quick, clean, private sale. When they announced ownership publicly, Ethan's company collapsed so fast it left dust behind. I watched him read the news. His hands shook. His chest rose and fell too quickly. His green eyes widened in frantic disbelief. He looked around the house as if searching for something solid to cling to. There was nothing. His entire empire disintegrated in one afternoon. And he never once suspected me. Next was the house. Ethan loved to call it his domain. But he never paid for it. My software did. My idea. My work. So I sold it. Cash buyer. No negotiations. No wiggle room. Once the papers were signed, I hired movers. And I stripped every room bare. I didn't rush. I didn't hide. I didn't justify. Each day, one more piece disappeared. Art with its frames left leaning. Furniture that once hosted his triumphs. Devices he bragged about. Clothes he preened in. The house grew emptier. Colder. Hollower. A perfect reflection of him. On the final night, I orchestrated the ending. I texted him. The security system detected smoke. You should come home. He returned instantly. Panicked, sweating, hair askew. Firefighters were outside, extinguishing a small electrical fire in the server room. He was distracted, frantic, yelling questions. Perfect. I carried the last box out the door. Once everything was loaded into the moving truck, I stepped back inside one last time. The house was a skeleton. Empty rooms echoing with the ghosts of every lie he had ever told me. I left one envelope on the kitchen counter. Inside. The deed of sale. The finalized patent transfer documents. The rings he once pressed onto my skin. And a note. Choice has consequences. Then I walked out. As I reached the driveway, I heard the front door open. Melissa? His voice cracked. Melissa. I didn't turn. He stepped inside to a hollow world he created himself. His footsteps echoed. His breathing faltered. Then silence. The loudest, sharpest silence I have ever heard. Ethan Hale was ruined. No company. No wealth. No home. No legacy. Just the ashes of the life he tried to build on my bones. I didn't smile. Revenge isn't joy. Revenge is balance restored. I drove away without looking back, my reflection sharp in the car window. Jet black hair, grey eyes colder than winter. The woman who walked into that tech conference years ago had been hopeful, trusting, soft. She was gone. I had become something else. Something he could never break. Something he should have feared from the moment he spoke my name.